everyone, it's Renee Yvonne with CompoundPharmacyMarketing.com, and today is Wonderful Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesday is the day when I bring you one marketing solution to help you grow your compound pharmacy. So today I want to talk a little bit about website design. And I have some things that you should be asking yourself about your website, especially if you're about to change it. Or if you have a site currently, something you may want to look at and say, is this the best site for me? And sometimes after you're in business, maybe you had your website and you just thought, whoo, thank God it's done. And you don't look at it anymore. You don't think about updating it. You're just happy you have a web presence. But I'm going to encourage you over the next few weeks to take a look at your site and see if it's actually a great site, to check your analytics and see if people are coming to visit your site. Do you know who they are? How long they stay? And if you don't know these things, then it may be time to consider upgrading your website. So let me share with you some things that you need to be taking a look at when it comes to your website design. First of all, one of the questions you want to ask is, can I update the site myself? If you cannot say yes to that question, you definitely need to consider a new website. If you have to call someone to make a change, to add a picture, to fix a misspelling, to add an event, that is a time waster, number one. And two, is something that you should be able to access on your own, and you're probably spending a great deal of money to get that person to make these changes for you. Not to mention, if they don't have time, it may not go up in the time frame that you needed to, and now the important event that you need to publicize doesn't get publicized because they just didn't have time to put it up. So one thing you want to know about is, can you update your site on your own? And if not, you want to consider how you can get control of your website back. The second thing you want to look at is, do you own the domain name yourself? If the domain name, say it's abcpharmacy.com, if your designer bought that name for you and bought it under their account, then you may not own your own domain name, and you may be in a little bit of a battle to get it back if you decide to part ways because you don't have full access to the domain or your website. Number three, who is the website designed for? Oftentimes I'll go to a pharmacy website and I read through it, and I've been in the industry almost 15 years. There are sometimes I'm reading a website and I don't know what it says. I'm not sure what's going on. And it's not because I can't read, obviously I can, but it's because I'm reading the site as a patient, as someone from the public, and I'm reading a lot of big medical words. So if your site is designed for doctors, you want to make sure that it's very clear that this is a site designed for physicians. If it's designed for patients, you want to make that clear. And the way you do that is by writing in a specific tone. It's also done by writing specifically for a particular type of patient. One of the things we learn in marketing, especially for online marketing, is to write as if you're writing to one specific person. So for instance, let's say your ideal client is a married mother, wife. Obviously she's a wife because she's married, right? But it's a married person, and that's your ideal client. Maybe she's about 40 to 50 years of age, and she's suffering from menopausal symptoms. You want to make sure that you write the content on your page that's relevant to that particular problem, so that when they're searching for menopausal symptoms or problems and they get to you, they see that there's a solution. Maybe you have a webinar coming up, or you're doing a live seminar of talking about how hormone replacement can help with menopausal symptoms. So you want to make sure that your site is designed for the person who's going to be reading it, not just a mismatch of educational words on the page that don't relate to anybody that comes there. The next thing you want to consider is, can you be easily found? So if you go to Google and you type in your name, you type in the name of the pharmacy, do you show up at all? Now, I've had many people come to me, and when I usually ask, how did you find me? Especially if I don't know them in the pharmacy world, they always tell me, I Googled compound pharmacy marketing and you are all over Google. I love hearing that. So I love knowing that when you Google me or my name, that I pop up. When you Google pharmacy marketing, I come up. When you Google compound marketing, I come up. You see videos, you see blog posts, you see podcasts, I love that. You want to be easily found. Now, if you Google your name and nothing comes up, that's a problem. So you should be able to be found easily on any search engine, be it Yahoo, Bing, or of course Google. Is your site easy to navigate is the next one. If you go to the site and you're not sure what to do, that's a problem. It should be very clear how to get to certain things, how to contact you, your frequently asked questions page. Maybe you have a blog. You should have a blog. You may have events going on, upcoming seminars. All of that should be listed out in the navigation bar, making it very easy to find what it is that the customer needs to find. The next one is, does your site connect to social media? If you have a website and it's a standalone site and you don't have it connected to a Facebook page, a Twitter page, LinkedIn, Google Plus, it needs to be connected to something, or else there's sort of no point. So whenever you write a blog post, your blog should automatically update your social media sites. If you run an ad, that ad should connect back to your website. If you put something on Twitter, it should be sending people back to your website. If you put something on your website, it should be going out to other media. Do you see how that works? It's always a two-way street. If that's not happening, then you should definitely be considering revamping your website. The next issue to look at is, do you have a sign-up box? One of the big things I see when I come to sites is that you can go there and I can look around and there may be a lot of great information, but you know what? You don't know I've been there. You know how I know? Because you have nothing for me to sign up for. That is a problem. When someone comes to your site, they should be able to sign up for something. It could be an event. It could be a consultation with them. It could be a free download of some sort. You could be hosting a webinar, a teleseminar. But while they're there, they should be doing something when they come to your site. Not just poking around, reading things, and they're like, bye, this was great. You should have some way or something to invite them to at all times. Now, does that mean everybody will sign up? No, it doesn't. But it means that if you don't have anything there, you are guaranteed to have no one sign up. So definitely put the odds in your favor by adding a sign-up box. Are you using video? And are you using a blog, or the next ones? You can use video on your website in a variety of ways. And I've done a video like this on how to use video that you can check out. Also, are you blogging? Blogging is writing content on a consistent basis. It could be once a week, a few times a week, once a month, but you definitely want to put new content out there. And the reason you want to do that is because Google loves fresh, unique, relevant content. That helps your search engine optimization. What you don't need to do is spend a lot of money on a search engine optimization specialist. I'm sorry for all of those of you who work in that field, but the reality is, if you have a blog attached and some video on your site, you will have great search engine optimization. I can tell you from experience, I don't know search engine optimization well. However, as I mentioned before, when people say, oh, I just looked up compound pharmacy marketing and you were all over, the first 3 pages, I'm doing something right. So I'm just letting you know, you want to blog consistently, possibly add some video to your site, maybe do some audio, and make sure that by doing that, you are constantly in people's faces. And when they search for compounds or for what it is that you want to be known for, so for instance, you may want to be known for doing compounded nutraceuticals, or maybe you want to be known for doing compounded pain gels. When they look up compounded pain gels, your city, you should be at the top of that list. So I've given you several different ways or several different questions to think about as far as your website. And if you look at your site and it doesn't have some of these things, let's talk and do a consultation about how you can make a difference in your website, bring in more visitors, and make that site work better for you. That's something that can very easily be done. So if you enjoyed this tip, which I hope you did, I'd love for you to do 3 things for me. Number 1 is to sign up for my YouTube channel. This is something that I do every week, is answer questions, share tips and solutions with you about how to market your compound pharmacy. Number 2 is to leave a comment below. Let's talk about your website. Share with me some of the things that maybe you like or don't like about your site, and also sign up to do a consultation to find out what we can do to make your site better, to optimize it for you. And number 3 I am hosting my monthly webinar the first Thursday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be talking about public relations. I have a special guest that's going to be on with me talking about this really important topic. So I'd love for you to be there to find out how you can get more media for your pharmacy. In the meantime, I'm Renee Yvonne with CompoundPharmacyMarketing.com, wishing you a wonderful Wednesday. Bye.